What's up, guys? It's iEliteFlare. Today I have an RU match against someone named moore88, and despite what a lot of people say about RU, I'm having a lot of fun with this tier. Granted, I've only played like 5 games ever of RU, including this one, and I'm probably going to get bored of it sooner rather than later because of what a lot of people say about it, just judging from that. So, whatever, regardless, this is an RU match, and it's a pretty cool one, and it has Typhlosion in it. So, anyway, I'm using Specs Typhlosion, like I said. Standard Whimsicott, defensive thingy, Slowking, Expert Belt, iEliteFlare, Sub Punch Golurk, and standard Kling Clang. And as far as threats on his team go, nothing really looks all that threatening apart from Gallade, because I don't have any counters to it. I don't have anything that could do damage to it. And if he gets too many bulk ups / sword stances up, then that's going to cause some problems for me. So I'm going to have to find a way to play around that, or get some hacks to get around it that way. But, maybe predict a little bit, maybe do some stuff like that, but whatever. So, apart from that, though, nothing really looks all that threatening on his team. As far as potential leads go, I don't really know who he's going to want to lead with. I don't really care, because I just like leading with Typhlosion on this team, because Typhlosion is a man, and Typhlosion can do damage to whatever the hell he wants, as you'll see in this video. And, I'm going to lead with Typhlosion. He's going to lead with Magneton, and that's a bad lead matchup for him. So he's going to switch out, go into Dust Noir, I guess predicting me to go for Focus Blast, predicting him to go into Crawdaunt. But I did think about that, in all honesty, but I didn't want to over-predict on the first turn, so I just went for Eruption. And it works out well for me, because my god, that Eruption did a lot of damage to this Dust Noir. And Dust Noir is supposed to be defensive, so I was like, holy hell, that did a lot. So I guess he makes a last-ditch effort to do damage to me by going for priority there with Shadow Sneak, but that's not going to do jack shit, and I'm just going to kill him off with another Eruption. So, yeah, 6-5 right off the bat, and Specs Typhlosion, once again, is a man. So, not man enough to take Crawdaunt, though. I'm going to have to switch out on this turn, because I want to save Typhlosion for later. Go into Whimsicott to take a hit. He just goes for Waterfall, not wanting to over-predict like he just did. And Whimsicott takes the Waterfall rather nicely, because I am a Whimsicott, and I am made of cotton. So anyway, he's going to switch out, go into Tangrowth, because it's like the perfect counter for Whimsicott. I'm just going to go for Stun Spore, because I wanted something paralyzed. I mean, granted, that thing is probably the best thing that he had to take paralysis on his team, because Tangrowth is slow as hell already. But whatever, I'm just going to set up a sub on this turn to scout out what he's going to do, and then formulate a plan afterwards on what I'm going to do, judging on what he just did, and you know what I said, because you're not stupid. Anyway, yeah, now that sequence is over, I'm going to switch into to Typhlosion on this turn to resist the Hidden Power Fire. And that works out nicely, because now I can fire off some moves and kill things and stuff. So I'm just going to go for Eruption, despite having less base power than Fire Blast at the amount of HP I am, but I didn't want to miss with Fire Blast, so whatever. He brings in Crawdaunt to resist it, but watch how much damage this does. Just look at how much damage it does. Wow, just wow. It does that much despite the resistance, 75%. And once again, Specs Typhlosion is a man, so he's going to switch out. He wants to save his thing for later. Goes into Gallade, which is probably what he should have done in the first place, because this actually takes the Eruption quite well. It doesn't even do half, actually, because Gallade is so incredibly special defensive. And, yeah, I'm going to want to save Typhlosion for later, because it's really good and stuff, and it's such a beast in RU. And he's just going to go plain for Earthquake. He's going for obvious moves now, because he doesn't want to overpredict like he did in the first turn, because that overprediction was of great magnitude and stuff. Going to go into Slowking to take some hits. He goes for Bulk Up, and this is starting to get intimidating now, actually. So he's probably going to be able to kill me, or potentially sweep the rest of my team with his freaking stupid cheat. But, going to go for Toxic. Looking back, actually, I think it would have been better for me to fish for a burn with Scald, just so his attacks wouldn't do as much damage. But, Toxic is, I guess, the second best thing, I guess, because stalling, and he's going to die eventually. But Night Slash surprisingly doesn't kill me despite being +1. Go for Scald on this turn, because I don't even know. Psychic would have done more damage, but, whatever. I just like Scald because it's a thing. So I'm going to switch out this turn, go into iEliteFlare, because I know I can take a hit, whatever it is, with stuff, and I didn't want to do any more stalling with Slow King. Plus, I wanted to regenerate back up my health. So, go into this and actually take the Drain Punch quite nicely. Actually, I live with 63, so despite being +1 and Electivire has crappy defense, I still live that. So I'm gonna go for Wild Charge here and hopefully do a lot of damage to this thing. And he's at +1 defense, but I get a crit right here, and I'm not sure if that mattered because he was at +1. Actually, that probably did matter because he was at +1 defense. But Gallade's out of the way now, so that's one big threat to my team. Out of the way. So in comes Claydol. Just gonna go for Ice Punch to do some damage to that thing. I thought he was gonna go for Earthquake here and just take me out, but he just sets up Stealth Rocks, which, in all honesty, if I was him, I really would have just killed me with Earthquake because Stealth Rocks really didn't matter because this is late in the game already, and Typhlosion only switched in one more time. But he did that regardless. Anyway, he's gonna switch out because he wants to save his Claydol. Gonna go into Magneton to take the Ice Punch, and he actually outspeeds me, which tells me he's Scarfed and kills me with a not very effective hidden power. And the only things that aren't very effective against Electric are Steel and Electric. And if it was hit HP Electric, then I would have gotten Motor Drive out of it. So it was probably HP Steel. And why would he run HP Steel, though? Because it's Magneton. And I saw later that he had Flash Cannon, so there really isn't any point to running HP Steel. I don't even know, even if he's Scarfed. But, I'm just going to bring this thing in because I know I can take an HP Steel. But I just set up a sub on his switch. He goes into this thing to do some stuff. He's gonna break my sub with Psychic, but I'm just gonna take him out with a Shadow Punch, and that's the end of Claydol. So good game, Claydol, except not really because I hate you and it's the most unoriginal name in the history of Pokemon ever. But he's gonna switch this thing in now, and I don't want to die. And he made a good move here. He went for Crunch instead of Waterfall, knowing that both of them are super effective on Golurk. And he just went for Crunch because he knew that Whimsicott was my best switch in, and that's gonna do stuff and almost kill me and get a defense drop. And I'm possibly gonna die if I don't switch out. I can't remember exactly what happened in this battle. No, he's gonna switch out. What the hell? No, he's gonna go back into Tangrowth, and I'm gonna try and encore him into Crunch so I can bring in something. But he actually switch outs and go into this thing. I'm going to set up a sub just to scout out what he's going to do again. Excuse me, my nose is kind of clogged up right now. Anyway, he gets paralyzed, which really doesn't matter. He was just slowing down the process, I suppose. He goes for... I just aimlessly went for Stun Spore because all I really wanted to do was scout out what he was going to do. And he just goes for Hidden Power Fire once again. So, that's not bad. I can just bring in Typhlosion to resist the Hidden Power Fire and then proceed to do immense damage to his team. So I'm going to encore him into that so he won't predict anything and go for a different move and possibly do damage to me. So down goes Whimsicott, and yeah, so it's dead. And then I can bring in Typhlosion and do some stuff. He's going to switch out because he wants to save his thing for later, and I don't know why because the rest of his team is going to die. And Fire Blast misses on this turn, but it doesn't really matter because I can take him out with the next Fire Blast. And yeah, Typhlosion's just gonna do work to finish off this battle. So once again, people who play RU on a regular basis, why do you not use Typhlosion? I've only ever seen one Typhlosion ever. Like, I haven't seen any on PO, and I've seen one on Wi-Fi, and I've played like 5 Wi-Fi battles, so that's like 1/5 effectively. But still, Typhlosion is a man, and Typhlosion should be used on every single team ever. But Magneton is his last guy. He's gonna outspeed me and go for Flash Cannon, which isn't gonna kill me because resistance, and then I'm gonna kill him off with another Fire Blast. So good game. moore88. Yeah, I guess one could argue that I won because of that crit on the thing, but yeah, I just wanted to show off how good Typhlosion actually is, and yeah, so good game, moore88, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. So bye bye.